infidelity, you can put STDs, you can put whatever you want to put for whatever
No, I'm
reason.
gonna bring it.
So hold on. Majority of women are divorcing men at such a high rate that it's not a delusional fear that you're claiming that men should take. It is a real fear, and it's easier and easier, especially since the government and society is built against men. A woman can go and get free attorney, she can get Medicaid, she can get food stamps, she can get all of these things. Majority of women can have all these resources to her and still get alimony, still get child support, and still get Section 8 housing, and the man will still be without and not even have his children. Not to mention that if he does want a father, most men have to dish out at least a minimum of 10K for a good attorney to fight a woman for a right that he should already have.
Damn.
Okay, so he got married and he was an average earner. And then he worked hard and then became an above average earner. Do you think that that woman married him so that she can get a divorce from him and collect alimony?
Oh,
No.
My claim was
not necessarily.
So that's my claim.
It's not a
My
matter.
claim
It's not a
is
matter
that-
if she married him, she predisposed, or she just came in and, hey, look, I'm going to divorce him. This is a card that's in the back pocket of every woman who gets married. When shit turn ugly, every woman 9 times out of 10 plays the card. She doesn't have it in her mind when she first fucking say I did. This is just something that just comes out of the work.
So let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this then, because there may be people watching that may be discouraged about marriage. Is it marriage or is it the people?
It's the people.
It's the people.
100%.
It's the people. It's a portion of the people and it's a portion of the system. Because if the people didn't know that the system was set, or certain side didn't know that the system was incentivized for them, they were incentivized to be able to do this. Highly likely they wouldn't do it. So it's not just solely one or the other.
Right.
Here's my
question for you. If the way that divorce was set up, if the way that custody court was set up, if the way that child support was set up, if it overwhelmingly benefited men in the same solipsistic, the same lopsided way that it does right now women, do you think women would be very, very different and cautious about how they entered marriage?
For sure.
Yeah, honestly, I even think that they would probably stop.
Okay, yeah, you think that they would stop? I get it. I think normal heterosexual women want heterosexual men, and I think women want to be mothers for the most part. They enjoy motherhood. I know that liberals and leftists get women, only get married because of necessity, and then they get forced by society into having children and being with men and all. But I'm just talking about normal heterosexual women who are attracted to men. They want to be mothers in the course of their lifetime as well. They see the beauty in family, and normal people who see the beauty in family and don't think all men are filled up with bugs and dirt, right? They want to get married at some point. And if it would deter women from wanting to be married if they got the same bargain that men got. And so I understand what your point was. You made the claim that, hey, women are not marrying men by and large in majority because they are betting on divorcing them and stealing their resources. But the point that that Brother Darwin is saying still stands, because it is a card to play in the back pocket of every woman, especially the more productive and competent a man is. It affects how things go, and it affects how women behave in marriage.
That's true. If the laws change and the whole thing of I divorced him because I was bored, I divorced him because, irreconcilable differences, but now I need to take half his house and I need to take the kids and he got to pay me alimony. If those laws get destroyed and get removed, women would literally, I think the divorce rate would go down by like 100% overnight. Either they would stop divorcing men or they wouldn't get married because there wouldn't be any benefit when it comes to divorce. So until the laws change, women will still want to get married because they know anytime they leave, they will be rewarded. They will be given something for divorcing a man for no reason. So the laws do play a part in it. I agree.
There's like a diminishing return, Doc. The more successful a man become, the more it dawns in on that, man, fuck, if I just keep becoming better and better than myself, the higher the risk and the higher the damage it is on the back end if the shit fails.
Right.
I think Naomi's trying to get in there too.
I never said.
I have a.
1 second, Kim. I'll get right back to you. I'm just trying to spread the mic a little bit.
I have 2 points. So Kia, I have 2 questions. My first question to you is, do you know the statistic of women filing for divorce?
72% of divorces are filed by women. Yes.
Okay, so do you know why?
The top 2 reasons are non-disclosed, financial reasons, and infidelity.
So the top
It's
reason
called
why
lack of commitment.
one of the top reasons when on papers, irreconcilable
differences.
Right.
That is the reason why. Now, so here's the thing. In today's society, especially within the last few years, it has made it more and more easier for women to divorce a man, whether because he lost his job for those financial reasons. Infidelity is really not one of the top reasons why a woman is divorcing a man.
Like number 4.
The fact of the matter is the irreconcilable differences is because, in my opinion, is that women have gotten selfish. They don't want to put in the work to keep a man. They don't want to put in the work to support a man. So they want to leave him and try to kind of kick him while he's down. Now, most men, if they know that they want to get married. So most men, like your statistic said, a majority of men actually do want to marry. Majority of women do not want to marry. And I believe the majority of women do not want to marry because they don't like submission. The fact of the matter is that men in today's society have a greater risk, even if he has nothing, to still lose if he divorces. So your claim of saying that it's a delusional fear of a man to have, well, she's not marrying you just because she's gonna, she's not marrying you just so that she can divorce you and take your 10 grand a month. I understand what you're saying. The fact of the matter is, though, is that is so easily can happen in today's society. Men do not want to take that risk. So it's not a delusional fear. It's actually a fear rooted in truth and facts, especially in 2025, especially with women acting the way that they act, and especially with the fact that more and more men are not able to be fathers to the children that they father in a marriage.
Facts. I actually believe more than money, men are more worried about losing access to their kids. Because most men don't. Okay, yeah, they care about the money. Okay, you want to take the house, take the house. You want to take my 401k, you want to take my pension, take the money. I don't care. But can you please let me see my kids? Because remember, when they go to divorce court, they go to family court, women are all telling the judge, he's a bad father, he's abusive, I don't want him around my kids. Because, if they do that and the woman has the kids 90% of the time, then you're going to be forced to pay more child support. So they use the kids against the men, because most women know men really love their kids. So most importantly, in my opinion, men fear divorce is because they will lose the chance to see their kids every single time. Do you guys know what it means for a judge to say to see your kids? You need a witness. You need someone to be there as you're seeing your kids, because your baby mama lied that you're abusive. Most guys don't want divorce because of that reason. She's right.
Just wanted to point that out.
Okay. I don't know if irreconcilable differences, that could mean literally anything. It can mean literally anything. And then no fault divorce. Honestly, I don't understand why this is such a no fault divorce doesn't mean it's literally no one's fault. Both people decide to get a divorce. It's the cheapest and fastest way to get a divorce. So it's like, hey,
you still have to pay though. That was my point. So if you want to sit here and tear down the points that I actually proved, you can sit here and use whatever point that you want to put out. You can put infidelity, you can put STDs, you can put whatever you want to put for whatever reason. Majority of women are divorcing men at such a high rate that it's not a delusional fear that you're claiming that men should take. It is a real fear, and it's easier and easier, especially since the government and society is built against men. A woman can go and get free attorney, she can get Medicaid, she can get food stamps, she can get all of these things. Majority of women can have all these resources to her and still get alimony, still get child support, and still get Section 8 housing, and the man will still be without and not even have his children. Not to mention that if he does want a father, most men have to dish out at least a minimum of 10K for a good attorney to fight a woman for a right that he should already have.
Damn.
Okay, so
That's facts. The fact that men have to go to court to ask a judge who wasn't there when they were making a baby for permission to see his own kids. Like, that's crazy to me. These are my own kids. Why do I have to pay a lawyer to go and ask a judge so that I can see my kids? Like that. That's why some men don't want to have kids anymore. Because it's like you're having kids for the woman or for the government. Like, I want to be able to see my kids. Men want to be fathers, but if I have to fight, pay 10, and some women are crazy. Oh, you should fight to see your kids. No, bitch, I don't have to. I shouldn't have to. Like, the money I'm paying the lawyer, we could save that for the kids' college fund, for the kids' college tuition. But you're taking me to court to pay a lawyer to see my own kids. And then if I'm allowed to see them, and then I also have to keep paying you child support. And then sometimes if I'm allowed to see them, I'm only allowed to see them twice in a week. And then sometimes I have to see them when someone else is there. So tell me why men want to be married anymore. Tell me a good reason why men should even be fathers, even think about having kids.
You made like 3 claims in a row that just were not true. And you argued.
Okay, go ahead, let's do this.
Point. You argued against the point that I did not make. Like, before I could even finish my claim.
So make sure you make a bullet point so that I can address them accordingly.
Hold on, now, let her finish.
My claim.
I was just saying bullet points.
So my first claim that I made earlier was that the delusional fear is not that, irreconcilable difference. That has nothing to do with anything. My claim was that I don't think it's a rational fear for men that make under a certain amount of money to fear that women are marrying them to divorce them so that they can pay alimony. Secondly, irreconcilable differences or no fault divorce has absolutely shit to do with sugar. Honestly, it literally has nothing to do with my point at all. Because if you are afraid, I understand why men are afraid to get a divorce. I understand why divorces are messy and they are in the woman's favor. But the government overall is not against women. The thing is, right, we don't have a control group for divorce to say, like, yes, women are getting divorced at high rates. Before then, we don't have a control group to see, like, hey, like the experiment, right? Before the divorce rates are really, really high. The widow rates are really, really high. So it's like,
we don't need a control group. We just
don't need a control group to have an experiment. Yes,
we just use the CDC. You just use the statistics on a mainstream level as the group.
But we need a control group
because we have the data on hand, and we don't need it. Control groups are typically used for storing data that wasn't typically or traditionally stored, but because
I mean, I can't even watch this anymore. Shout out to Lapif. The truth is, this woman and so many other women don't care about how men are destroyed in divorce court. Is because majority of the time they never get it destroyed. And the only 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times a woman has to pay child support, a woman has to pay alimony, they call those men broke and dusty. How dare you ask a woman for money? How dare you ask a woman to pay you alimony? Those are the only few times. But majority of the time, it's the men who are killed and destroyed in divorce court, right? So until, they make it that automatic that women will be the ones to pay child support and alimony, even if they make less money, so women can really feel it. Until then, the only option for men is not to get married, not even to have kids. But what do you guys think about that? Shout out to Lapif, man. This was a good stream. I'll put the link down below to their channel.